Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel and to this week's weekly weigh-in update. The weekly weigh-in is officially back. I have resumed recording weekly weigh-in updates because I've resumed Slimming World. There's no point in recording weekly weigh-in updates when I'm not on plan, is how I see it. And also because I wasn't recording anything for a couple of months. But we're not going to go into that. We're not going to go into that today. How is everybody doing on this fine Sunday morning? Are we all having a proper roast dinner today? It is proper roast dinner season now. The weather has just turned so cold in the last week. I mean, it was cold before that. We had a miserable summer up here in Scotland. I live just outside Edinburgh. And it was not any kind of summer to talk about. It was like autumn throughout the whole of our summer season. But in the last few days especially, it's turned really cold. I started wearing my winter jumpers and stuff again, so salad season's definitely been and gone, and it's time for roast dinners and slow cooked meals. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about my weigh-in results from this week on Slimming World. So this week I had a full week on plan. The week prior to that I was on plan for the whole week, apart from one meal, but this week there was no such meal. I was on plan for the full week, no cheats or treats or anything like that. And I'm not going to say it was easy because it was Star Week and I was craving chocolate like mad. And I did have Skinny Whips quite a few times as a snack to try and satisfy my chocolate craving. But I just really wanted a twirl, and I was honestly so close so many times to just going buying a twirl, and I never. So yay for non-scale victories like that, when you have a craving for something and you just don't go for it. Apart from my craving for twirls, the Star Week hasn't really affected anything else. I was more worried that it would affect the results on the scales, but you'll see later that I don't think it did anyway. And the only other issue that I really had this week was I had a moment's panic one morning. I woke up and I thought, oh my god, I had both my Healthy Extra B choices yesterday and didn't even realise I was doing it. So I thought I had, I can't even remember what it was I had. I think I had, creamy mushrooms on toast I had one day for lunch, and then I thought I had the bagel with the sausage patty and all that for my dinner, and I was like, that was both on the same day. And then I was thinking about it, I was like, no, I had a pasta for my lunch. And I didn't have any bread or anything with it. So it was just a little mini freak out that I had when I thought I had both of them, but I never actually had both of them on the same day. And that made me realise that I need to start again. I need to start writing everything down again that I'm eating in the day, because I was doing that. And I was doing it really well actually. Up until my gran passed away, I was writing everything down that I was eating and all that. And that meant that I didn't have those little, oh my god, I've done this and I haven't done it. It's just a little lapse of concentration, and that kept me right, and it kept me not forgetting sins or anything, because there has been a few times I've been like, I've not had any sins today, and thought I could have a lot more than I could, but then I'm forgetting that I have had sins, like mayonnaise and stuff, sauces and things like that. I always forget that I've had them on something. Like I think I had egg and bacon and I had brown sauce on it, but I'd forgot that I'd used the sins for the brown sauce. I just forgot about it, and I thought I had more sins to use than I had. Anyway, if I go back to writing everything down, I will keep myself right throughout the entire day. I'll know how many sins I have to use for like dinner or snacks or whatever later on in the day. The one thing that I have been concentrating on a lot this week, and it does require a lot of concentration, is not having a lot of snacks and treats and stuff after my dinner. So I don't want to use any sins after dinner for snacks or treats or anything like that. It's really, I'm really a nighttime eater. I don't eat breakfast. I eat my lunch, I have my dinner, and then I'm quite a picky eater at night, like a snacky eater at night. And this has been a theme throughout my entire life, and also a struggle on my Slimming World journey. I've been very on and off with it on my Slimming World journey. I think towards the end of 2019 I was getting really good at it. No, I was getting better at it anyway. I've never been really good at it. But what I've been doing this week is, if I am hungry, I'll just have a little bit of fruit. I've had pears and grapes. It doesn't matter if it's speed fruit. I'm just like, I'm not worried as long as there's no sins and it's just fruit only. If I am feeling peckish or a little bit hungry, only if I am feeling hungry, because a lot of it's, is it psychosomatic's the word? A lot of it's just in my head. So because it's just so ingrained in me that I snack at night and I eat at night, I always have supper. A lot of it's just all in my head. So what I've been trying to do is just, if I am hungry, I will have a little bit of fruit, and that has been okay all week. I have been really good at that all week. I haven't had anything else. I think maybe on Friday, yeah, maybe on Friday or something I had something. It was within my sins and everything like that, but I think it was Saturday that I was like, no, this has got to stop. I need to nip this in the bud before it gets out of hand. And I don't think it actually affects my weight loss that much. I don't think it does. Going by the results today, but we'll see going forward if it does. But I think what it has more of an effect on is when I'm off plan. That's when I do all my naughty treats and everything at night. It's like I have crisps and everything at night, and if I can just train myself just to have fruit, even when I'm off planning, that it will, something will stick. It will stick eventually. I know there's intermittent fasting. I go in and out of thinking that'll be a great idea, and it probably would be a great idea for me, but I cannot do without my coffee or tea or juice, my drinks especially at night, and so intermittent fasting in that sense won't work with me. I don't want to do it for that reason. I just have to train myself just to think differently about the food at night time. The drinks and all that I'm fine with, but like I said, that has been going okay this week. I'm not going to say it was easy. It's never easy when you're trying to change the way you think about food and how you eat and everything, especially for me. But so far so good. I have managed to stick to that this week, and going forward that is what I plan on doing. Hopefully it'll stick at one point. There'll just be a point where I won't think about it. Like the whole coffee situation, remember I struggled for about a year, just over a year, to find a good solution to the coffee thing, because I was using so many sins on sugar a day, and I was using a lot of my Healthy Extra A allowance. Well, I am still using all my Healthy Extra A allowance, well, most of it on milk. And then I switched to soya milk and Canderel Sugarly. I found a good sweetener substitute for sugar, and even when I've not been on plan, I have stuck to soya milk and Canderel Sugarly, because I have no issue with the milk or the sugar or that anymore. It's just stuck. So hopefully at one point the whole only fruit after tea time thing will stick. Fingers crossed it'll stick eventually. One thing I haven't done this week is any exercise or that, and I'm actually not going to put any pressure on myself to do any exercises for a couple of reasons. First of all, I'm working a lot more now, and that is a pretty physical job. It's not like working on a building site physical, but it is a pretty physical job. And I am back and forward, back and forward, back and forward constantly. I average between 10,000 to 15,000 steps a day at work. And for a 5-hour shift, it's usually about, on average, a 5-hour shift that I do, 10 to 15,000 in the same shop is quite a lot. So you can imagine how active and all that I am there. And also it is also a physical job, as I'm always moving a lot of fixtures around and stuff. There's some days I come home from work and I feel like I've been lifting weights. So I am keeping pretty active at work, because I am working a lot more at work, a lot more now. And because I'm being a lot more active and a lot more physical than I was previously, it's actually, I have to watch it, because not this week past, the week before that, when I was weighing myself every day for a week, my back was getting really twingy, and I really need to watch my back. I really do. There was a couple of days on my days off, I just had to lie down and rest and just take it easy and not go crazy with housework or going out or whatever. I just had to rest and just take it easy, because I can't let my back get to where it was a couple of years ago when I first started Slimming. In fact, before I first started Slimming World, it was a lot worse. Before, in 2018, I had a lot of months. I think I had like 6 or 7 months off work before it was determined that I really couldn't go back and do the job that I was doing. And I don't want this to happen again. I don't want my back to get that bad again. But because I got those warning signs, I don't want to be doing all this physical activity at work and that, and then coming home and doing more exercises or that. I'll maybe see how I get on in the next few weeks, even a couple of months or that. I'll see how I get on with it, and if my back's feeling okay, I'll maybe do some exercises. I'll maybe start doing my Joe Wicks workouts again. But really my back is my priority and I need to make sure that's okay. So in that sense, exercise is out of the question. At the minute, like I said, it's been okay this past week, but I have been a lot kinder to it. And this week coming up, we have a lot of things happening at work that is going to involve a lot of heavy lifting and moving stuff about and all that. So definitely this next week, there's definitely not going to be any extra exercise, as well as all my activity at work. Anyway, let's take a look at what happened when I stepped on the scales this week. I don't know why I didn't talk in that clip. You'd think I'd be a little bit more excited because I did lose weight. I lost 1.4 pound this week, and that brings my total loss to 3 stone 5.6 pounds. And that actually means I'm £3 away from being where I was before my granny passed away. So I'm getting there, and I've also got £12.4 left to go to Target. So I added this up. If I aim to lose £1 a week, I will reach Target the week before Christmas. You and I both know that's probably not going to happen because it's me. I do not have the fairy tale Cinderella Slimming World story. It is not as simple or straightforward as losing £1 a week for me. I wish it was. So it probably isn't going to happen before the end of the year. But what I am going to do is just try my best. Just try my best to lose as much as I can before the end of the year. I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself, and I'm not going to beat myself up if it doesn't happen. I'm just going to try my best and see where it gets me before the end of the year, and just try at least to get as close to target as I possibly can. And I am going to try and not think that it's £12. I am just going to try and think of it as £1 at a time. And even if I don't lose £1 a week, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to stress out about it. As long as I'm losing something every week, I will be happy. As long as the weight is coming off and going in the right direction, I will be so flipping happy. I see so many posts about people that are like they actually write that they're flipping raging, or they're effing raging, or whatever. They're raging, they're so annoyed because they only lost £1, and I'm just like, why are you unhappy about that? You've lost weight. Why are you unhappy about that? It just doesn't make any sense. Don't be discouraged if you lose £1. The weight's going in the right direction. When you join Slimming World, or you're doing it from home or whatever, your aim is to lose weight. It's not a flipping race. You're not trying to get there as fast as possible. Maybe some people are, but if that's the way you're thinking about it, it's going to be detrimental to your weight loss. Just think of it as little bits of weight at a time. As long as it's going in the right direction, just be flipping happy about it. And that's all I got to say this week, kids. Please let me know in the comments how all you guys are doing if you're on a weight loss journey, whatever weight loss journey. It doesn't have to be Slimming World, it can be anything. If you're on a journey like I am, please let me know how you're doing in the comments below. And actually also, before I go, I want to say that next week's weekly weigh-in update may be delayed, because I am working a lot more this week than usual, because we've got a new, you don't need to know what's going on at work, but I am working more days this week than I was last week or the week before or whatever, and I don't know if I'll get it all done on Friday. I will weigh in on Friday. It's just the video and all that might just have to come another day, because I have 6 million things to do on my only day off. Friday's my only day off next week, so I have to do all the other stuff, and I don't know if I'll fit in getting this video done, but it will come at some point. I may just have to swap it with another video, put another video on Sunday and the weekly weigh-in update on another day. But please like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Oh, and stay safe everybody.